The first time I went out. Here we go. This, I think, will be an entertaining story. Right. So, it was grand final night for the AFL. Now, I couldn't care less about the AFL. If you know me, I'm into cars a lot more, and that's just who I am, even as an Aussie. But I was more excited about the drink sesh that me and my friends were going to go after the AFL, and it was my first time out drinking on the town. Because I live half hour away from the town, and I've gotten drunk plenty of times by myself and around friends, but yeah, just never gone out. So what's happened was we started drinking and watching the AFL. And of course, I'm on my rum, everyone else is on wherever the fuck they're drinking. We all know someone was going to turn out the worst. Luckily this time, it wasn't me. But, I tell ya, that was one of the most memorable nights I've ever had. First of all, I had to go to the store to buy some shoes. Why? Because I have steel cap boots that I wear all the time for work and wherever. And of course the clubs, well, it wasn't a club, kinda was, but anyway, I hate clubs, I love pubs, you know, quiet places anyway. So, they don't like steel cap boots because, I don't know, it's a safety issue if you, I don't know, kick the shit in some poor bastard, which is kind of fair enough. So, I bought some shoes, walked back, the grand final had finished, and, you know, everyone's, you know, cheering, you know, about winning on sports bet. Fucking waste of time, but, you know. And so, we jokingly called them my J's, and after a while more of drinking, you know, pre-drinks, we went out. The first thing we did was walk past a couple houses, obviously, but the problem is that one of my friends and this girl he was trying to get with, she took a leak on some bloke's lawn. Anyway, so I looked back and then I immediately kept walking forward. I'm not dealing with that shit, I'm not being the chaperone. And of course, then we get to the clubs finally, and a 15-minute wait and an ID check to get in. And I mean, I was sobering up already. I'm a fucking giant, so alcohol obviously doesn't affect me as much, and I break it down a lot easier. So yeah, that's what happened, and I sobered up. Then I couldn't find them in the fucking club for about 15 more minutes till they told me where they were. And after that, we made tracks. We bailed from that joint. It was a shit joint. And then we go down to another joint, which is, it's playing the loud music like a club, but if you went outside, it wouldn't be that bad. And hell, you can actually get a drink within 2 minutes of sitting at the fucking bar. Amazing. And I was thirsty. I was really fucking thirsty that night. And so we had quite a couple of drinks there. And next was the voyage to Macca's. And they have these little booths or touchscreen things where you order your own meal. And I mean, I was out of it, and I don't know whether I couldn't read or it was just a jumbled mess in front of my eyes, but I couldn't I couldn't pay for my meal until a good friend of mine came up and showed me, or actually grabbed my card for me and paid for me, which, I mean, thanks man, because I was fucking out of it. And I got my meal, my burger and my chips, and I was eating the burger. I mean, it was fucking hot. I could tell it was fucking hot, but I just didn't care. I was mugging into it. It was just amazing at the time. And I was starting to eat my chips, and then I closed my hand and I'm like, where the fuck are my chips? Who stole them? But no, they had fallen out on the floor. And I was so depressed at it. So depressed. And the rest of the night, I can't say much really happened. I kept drinking a little bit, then I went to bed, and I woke up fine, apart from wearing sunnies. Also, side note, when I went to this second pub thing, I heard Kesha's Die Young, and immediately I thought, hey, I know a certain furry animation as his exact same song. And you know what? That was like the best thing that happened. And so anyway, to the morning after, I was super hungry and I had a hangover, but my mind was fine. I didn't have any headaches. I was fine in that regard, but my fucking eyes were so sensitive to light. I had to wear sunnies indoors in dusk. And so I went for a walk and with sunnies on and jumper on. I'm woozily walking down and I get the fucking maddest death stare from some guy. And I mean, I was walking down the exact same street that we passed by on the way to the pubs. And I tell you, I was kind of scared. I'm just like, oh shit, what did you see us do? But then I walked past an old lady and she was really nice. She was happy to talk about the grand final and who won. That was amazing. That old lady was so nice. And then I went to Woolies, which is our supermarket, kind of like Walmart, except you can't buy fucking guns there. And I bought some Fruity Bites, some Paul Smart White Milk, Smart Choice, and some lollies. I made my way back, and then I sat at the table. I poured on my bowl of cereal and milk, and then I had to shove away at least 20 fucking cans and like 5 bottles of liquor away just to make space for me to consume my breakfast. And that was my night, and I got a Snapchat in the morning. It was my friend passed the fuck out in his house, and I wish I was awake to see it because he's actually passed out in the exact same location at least 6 more times, and I fucking love him for it. Side note, my friend actually told me that since I went to bed first, the people who were with us, of course, I thought they were drinking a fair bit, and apparently on their way out to go back to their house, they said, fuck me, that guy sunk so many rums. Do you want to fucking live? Fucking oath I am, cunts.